Hello everybody and welcome to WLTV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And so, the weekend is over, Monday afternoon, ready to do the video blog, and we're going to do Brunellos and Barolos. B versus B, as I like to say. Going through the comments, I've noticed that people wanted episodes on Brunellos and Barolos, and so I decided to combine them into one episode today. Obviously, these are probably the most profound wines from Italy that most people know and buy and order at restaurants and anything else you can do with wine. And so, obviously, I'm pretty excited. All of these wines, all four of them, scored 92 points or higher from major wine critics. So, we should be in for a massive treat. So let's see if we are. Numero uno, Mauro Sebaste, Barolo, 1999, the Brunate vineyard, which is one of the top Barolo vineyards in the world. Now, the Mauro Sebaste is a Barolo that is made from Nebbiolo. And if you don't know this, you're about to learn. Nebbiolo is the key and main grape and sometimes the only grape in Barolo wines. And so that is something that most people overlook. They think Barolo might be the Barolo grape or Sangiovese I get a lot. So if you learn anything from today's episode, probably the one nugget of information would be the Barolo is a Nebbiolo grape-based wine. So let's get into it. This has got nice color, kind of a ruby red, a little bit of brownish, not completely black. Nice nose, it's got that old world feel to it. A little bit of dirt, a little bit of stone, a little bit of rock, a little bit of insect. Just those normal terroir flavors that I like to refer to. But you're definitely getting a lot of earthy tones to the nose. Again, 92 points from Wine Spectator, $42 retail on this guy. The birds are in rare form. And this wine is shown pretty nice. It's got some nice tannins to it, a little fruity, a little bit of a raisin aspect to it, which is kind of nice on the finish. Long finish, coats your palate quite nicely. Nice complex Barolo, not bad at all. Finish is nice. It's a nice bottle of wine. I wouldn't go crazy. I think it's overrated at 92 points. Maybe closer to an 89 or 90. For $42, $50 in most other stores, probably $100 on a restaurant list. I would probably have to give this a pass. I'm fond of it, but just not enough. Not enough to get me excited. So, let's move on. Little H2O. Cerbaia, 2001, Brunello di Montalcino. 100% Sangiovese grape on the Brunello. Again, the Brunellos are widely considered some of the top wines in all of Italy. A little bit of a darker color in this guy, which is really nice. Not much darker than a Barolo, but just a little bit. Very different nose. What's going on in here? A little smoky, a little bit of almost like a beef jerky type nose. So, a little bit of pepper, a little smokiness. A little bit of hickory, that's what I'm looking for. It's got a little hickory aspect to it, mixed with some nice fruits. I like this nose quite a bit. This is great. 92 points from the Spectator, $40, I believe. Yeah, I like this a lot. Really smooth. It's got really firm tannins, dried cherry fruit, a little hint of blackcurrant. I just got a comment moments ago of what blackcurrant tastes like. Can I describe it a different way? I can't. I'm going to need you to go out and get some blackcurrant jam and eat that, and then you'll know. So really the reality here is that you're getting a lot of flavor, you're getting some smokiness and hickory. I really like it. The Sangiovese is showing really well. This is an extremely good bottle of wine, and I think highly underpriced and maybe even underrated. I would even sneak towards 93 points on this. This is an absolute buy. Go seek it out. This is tremendous. It's good. It's good. That's a good bottle of wine. Okay. This Ciacci, 2001 Brunello di Montalcino. Ciacci is one of the famous Brunello producers. I've always been a big fan of their wines. One of the first Brunellos I've ever gotten turned on to was the 93 Brunello from Ciacci, which I absolutely adored. So I'm excited to try this wine. Really nice color, even deeper than Cerbaia. The Ciacci Brunello is, let me just look, $44, 92 points Wine Spectator. So I'm trying to stick to the dollar price amounts and the scores. Again, 92 pointer, so it should show real well. Really dark. These wines have been open for about 3-4 hours, considering they were very big, and so I opened them earlier today. Plus, we were going to tape much earlier, but Eric got involved in the Apple conference that's going on and watched it via some sort of chat board room, and so Apple's got some cool new things going on, so if you're into that kind of thing. This nose has not opened up at all. It kind of smells like soap. And, you know that hand soap that, my wife gives me every time we're outside to keep, it's kind of like that. It's very soapy. I don't know what that means, but let's try it. It packs a nice early hit of fruit, a little bit of cherry, a little bit of plum. It's got a hollow mid-palate and not a great finish. A little bitter on the bitter tannins on the finish. I'm not feeling this wine at all. I'm going to pass. 87 points at best. Completely overrated in my opinion. Unfortunate, because we're really talking about one of the best Brunello producers. Probably one of the best Brunellos I've ever had is the 97 Ciacci Brunello. So I'm a little bit disappointed by this effort. Shame on you, Ciacci. All right, let's move on. Number 4. Parusso, Mariondino, Barolo, 94 points, $60 Wine Spectator. I am pretty pumped up for this. Little rinsey, McKinsey. Parusso is a tremendous Barolo producer. Has long been, again, the 1990 Parusso Barolo is one of the great wines I've ever had. And what the heck is this? This smells like sap from a tree, pine cone, kind of like the woods. It smells like the woods. It's kind of got a sappy pine cone, maple, Vermont kind of feel to it. It's very interesting. I like it quite a bit, but I can see this turning some people off. Almost like a peppermint, spearmint kind of. It's very awkward. This is a humongous wine. I'm glad I saved this for last, where all the other wines were going to pale in comparison. Huge body, completely explodes on your palate. None of those green aspects that I got from the nose, just a lot of fruit. Red fruit, not cherries, almost like a strawberry aspect. A lot of creaminess, a lot of body to this wine. Yeah, really dry, really complex. This would go amazing with a T-bone steak that has. I got something for you. If you like pepper or a lot of spices and you use that in a pork chop or a steak or anything of that nature, this wine will go right through that and mash perfectly well with that wine. I'm going to recommend this. It might be slightly high at 94 points from Spectator, but I'm going to say 93, 92, 93 points. Real nice wine. $60 on sale. It's pushing what it is. It's an exceptional bottle of wine, just not an exceptional value, especially not in comparison to the Cerbaia 01 Brunello. I'm going to have to rank it 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty interesting tasting. All the wines showed pretty well, but these two were definitely the class of the bunch. Which brings me to the final segments of the day. Number 1, I'm going to drop the news for a little while and try something else. We're going to go to the comments field. That's right, a lot of comments, a lot of questions, and one of the questions was, Chateau Cinq-Cépage, should I drink my 94 Cabernet now or hold it? The 94s at this point, from what I've been tasting, have been really drinking at this point. I would not cellar your final 2 bottles, and I would recommend drinking them as soon as humanly possible. Maybe on September 10th, when the New York Jets go down to Tennessee and whip the Titans A's. So, that was the question from Tom. I thank you for that question, and tomorrow I'll do another one. Which leads me to my final question. which is your question of the day. We've done Italian wines. I want to hear from you. What is the best Italian wine you've ever had? We'll see you next time on WLTV.